Rahul, what is critical right now is, let me respond to first what Mr. Javed has
Go
to
ahead.
say. Javed ji, a SPG protectee is governed by a law which has been passed by Parliament, and his whereabouts have to be within the knowledge of the security agency, SPG. So the comparison that ministers go here and there and the private citizen, no sir. An SPG protectee does not have that liberty. So please do not compare that. Secondly, what is not relevant is where he went. It is also important what he did. And the lesser I say about it, the better it
No,
is.
Sudhanshu, you're looking to turn my question into
you
something
just
that I didn't
said-
ask you. 1 second. I will come to the bit about an SPG protectee going off without his close protection team. But that's my next question. My first question is, the BJP said he's on a cruise in the Mediterranean. On record, Sambit Patra said he's in America, he's gone on a private charter, he should explain who's paying for all of this. Surely you would concede that a lot of those insinuations were not true. Facts didn't bear them out. You were jumping the gun.
What you, Rahul, what you say are insinuations, maybe informations which did not turn out to be true. An insinuation and false information which has been gathered are two different things altogether. And I would have appreciated if these are false informations, a rebuttal should have been forthcoming there and then. Today, to say that this is not true and that is not true, I don't know. Is it relevant?
Okay.
What is critical is the secrecy is an SPG protectee entitled to forego the obligation of the security agency and do this. No, he's not.
I think that's an important point, and I want to bring Professor Kamal Mitra.
Rahul, at least now it is established that he was not in the service of mankind when he was spending those holidays in these 4 countries. I am
But
just constrained to
He
bring
never
one
said
fact.
he was. He never said that he's in the service of mankind. He said he's reflecting, he's contemplating, he's meditating, which is what he did.
The congressman, if you were to hear the congressman, they were eulogizing this trip as if he was doing a great service to mankind by being there. But let me come down to something more fundamental. Since you said he's rejuvenated, rediscovered himself. You know, he comes back on 16th April, and on 29th April itself, he attacks Mr. Modi on foreign trips. Now, don't you think that was audacious? I was wondering, I said, a man in his senses, how could he do that? Then I realized one thing. See, politics for us is an instrument of belief. Belief. For Mr. Gandhi, it's an instrument of brief. He acts on a brief, a mere brief. We do politics with belief. That's a critical difference. So if you look at his conduct consistently, you know, I have 16th April, I have 4th June, I have 13th September, 8th October and 23rd November. At least these are the 5 I have. There are many more. Where he goes at great lengths to talk about Mr. Modi being abroad and being abroad and being abroad. Man, 56 days, 60 days, whatever is the controversy. You are holidaying, not in the service of mankind, and then you are so audacious to talk about foreign trips.
No, but Sudhanshu, there's no comparison.
You remember,
that's a private trip as a holiday for an MP. The Prime Minister's traveling for work as the country's elected Prime Minister. There's a big difference. You can't conflate the two. I want to get you now the Congress's reaction. Remember, we sought an official reaction from Rahul Gandhi's office. We sent them emails. They didn't respond. We also reached out to senior Congress leaders, one of whom works very closely with Rahul Gandhi, and he told me, and I quote to you now, Mr. Gandhi himself has clarified during his interaction with Congress beat reporters a few days ago that he was in Southeast Asia during his break. So what you're reporting has already been known in Congress circles and in Latvian circles. It's not been put out in the public before this. The Congress leader went on to add, at times Mr. Gandhi feels he needs a sense of the feeling on the ground, which is not possible when he's surrounded by his security detail. He is fully conscious about his personal safety, and it is improper to suggest that he was being irresponsible. Now, Rahul Gandhi is fully conscious of his security, and he knows that he's probably safe where he is, which is why he takes a risk of the kind that he did. Is that something, Sudhanshu, that you find acceptable? Is that a reasonable explanation?
It's a laughable exhibition of psychopathy which the congressmen are so apt at. I mean, you will make a virtue out of the worst kind of activity somebody can do, and nothing could have been more horrendous than dodging the security apparatus of this country when you are an SPG protectee. This nation has seen the death of his grandmother, the assassination of his father. One more bloodshed of this kind could have happened anywhere, and taking that lightly and giving this kind of an explanation that trying to have a feel of the ground. I'm sure the feel of the ground is in India and not in Cambodia or in Thailand and Bangkok.
That's an important...
Rahul, first of all, his private life is his business and none of us are interested, remotely even. So when Mr. Siddharth makes an obnoxious comment, I think he better be introspective about what to talk about BJP. Secondly, we have raised a fundamental issue about a SPG protectee doing it. He has very conveniently forgotten to address that issue. We are merely raising an issue that an SPG protectee cannot dodge the security agencies to expose the agencies to this kind of risk for the protectee. That's all.
I'm out of time on this broadcast. I want to thank all our guests.